tobere duru a mia hudu bi yiri sometimes they say a higher flood prone area I didn't say e dan ya dabraka no ne enfapo dabraka circle ho no mo ne kadeshi ene areas bi alajo what you say that baby yiri na normal but say no anya normal bio e say baby say yiri asha say e yiri we kata kwade nso yiri fa anya sam keto akra ama na eni nyane ene enkan ha se wo free circle kuduru jonteya se nso to ene ebi eto ne no anajo na de echi na wi abo edu awie na se o kwa na hoda ne futuru kwan de tete sa ne se nso na twanwea abegu ka kokota no so nti ewo ye no anwea no ada ne futuru nti nye kota bi o enkane no na ede nso ne na eba but say no I graduate I improve from nso to anwea there are areas amose abo kora na de baka akwan no mu for instance from my 7 to tantra sa kwa na da ho no enkare nanka eye nsuo na na tata so kakra wo mu na eye se eye anwea e baba kakra enna me no ka se abo e na bi go enye honko a uduru bebi etonto nnua yi a musu a nanka anwea e megu ka kwa no so enne anya begu ka kwa no so sa wo kwa wo honam outer lane no e se wo twe e de ba inner lane kakra yesa emwo of ankora na about the say no aho adane bumping filling station any wa wo ko ye so tuo mu no so wa ho when you try run about so we say filling station any mo na no they say ho na adane bumping see and me who they afa ho ene be dis asem no nkomo san say medical can say me dwuma de ahya say si anka ne na o kina bi yentumi nka esan se bi dis abre na say yon bibia enyeyi me hu yanka na ka echi nti yanka ne ntam na yentu ana montam na yenya medical can say yenfa manwosam nyina nto nchen na yenfa Ghana ni kan kakra bi keke na yenyina nka mom say choboyi yenye holiday okay yenfa ne say one day holiday maybe say bedwafo say be possible sa one day holiday no obi ankwa adwuma ye de prapra nkra ni Ghana ha nyina yentumi nye samani nyeyi the whole Ghana you say a holiday yankwa adwuma anopa 6 to 4 obi bia mpie obi amra bebi amomo ye de bus be fa mo de mabakru finfin obi amra na yentiti gata mu enye yentumi nye bibi samani nyeyi holidays bebrebe ayewi yentumi nye bibi sa ye behwe ye bedi sa nkomo ntene abedwa from saka mo no Emmanuel Sherry ni dinu Sherry Sherry mimi koye no look at do Sherry ona CEO edema Ghana Chamber of Construction Industry ona timi cho shefugu Emmanuel Sherry akwaba
thank you
bibi aboko
nyamina domara
the radiance ena ye wo engineer Isaka Amonkote wono civil engineer ana so local governance expert wono so ni area no oye tough wo pa ono na otumi sheki ana afi o mu say ye bra na o akwaba
yeah
bibi aboko yo ena nanka me seven council meka yesu ni anya unia no ba say no bi wiase kaka Ukraine ni Russia wo ni ntino unia anya unia ye mi amenu John Darko a lawyer ni asan lecture e wo Gimpa Law Faculty John Akwaba
yeah
bibi aboko say Ukraine ni Russia wo ni ntino so unia anya enye unia
very interesting because we say the Russia and even Germany we the amount of trade and now involved between them as I say Swatia omumi ni obi abro Russia for bread Germany for also bread
say Germany request gas omunye free Russia na eja in some don nature South Africa omo be to bidie no mo tumi akoko use wo
back to coal
anti coal use na wo ya na ese ozone layer anti ensem bebre anti na ni komo kakra na fa hwe mama sha sem fenfiri so engineer I'm say this akomo ya. Na you say baby ho tumfo no ho na obo. Na the more na wo ka no so no the more na sticky. Enti ye hwe ensu etuto yi ye di ka di hu koma be about 2 weeks ago 3 weeks ago fra ye di hu koma ofi ha ene baby edru dan sen so eto yi dey see o me ahodo bi takora de ne me ahodo bi no hu ni say.
Well, yanka enkrande no na fi ye dey kubutu takora de because AI similar. My many open statement abambia ni ho a woye say we lay down a program so they solve flooding issues in Accra.
Abambia ni ho?
No. The only ye ni na ye cosmetics.
Titi got them.
Yeah, BB President Kufuor back Accra with Onyansia and Odo. Storms now more year. Beside that, you know, Obianu are BBB. Enti the omo ye no ye nyame boa management. Enti say nyame boa na nsu antwa ene ye ye fa ye ho so ye di 4 years.
No amoa na nsu to.
No amoa na se nsu to wo bre so dia na waso ye hyepa. Accra se na city no. A lowland dada in terms of the water channel no a receiver a ko epono no. Hono ye low dada. Asasina kasa ye clayish kakra. Enti it is also surrounded by chain mountains. A free shy hill sroho ani namu in sanwam aburi sroho ebepie won sanwam adeso ho nyina ho se mepo akese etoamu sa ewo ho. So creating what we call water basins. Now so water basins ayi bia asase yatam area bia ensuo epie fa hoba collection of water efa hoba besene eko enti naturally no na ewo receptacles wo Accra entrance into Accra a ensuo no kogum naturally enti bo hwa tema area ho no no mo the Chemu Lagoon itself to receive some of the water. Obank mfimfini kakra, obakoto Sakumo. Onususu receive Ramsa side ho receive kakra. Odi tuomu di ba, baby o efre songo. But sanguena, yen cranfon kan sanguena, ba uhwe books no ma match on songo. And also receive the chunk of the water.
Me pacho bobo sa bibi o kan no mami. Ehu hia me pa de kan na o say ahemfa.
Chemu tema.
Okay.
Odi ba eba mfimfini ho ba koto Sakumo Ramsa side ho ono so receive nsuo no bi no aba mukwe ana sangu ho ewo nungwa side ho na oben ho ono so receive nsuo no bi na de ba la oba be tu peshi lagoon ano so receive nsuo no bi na otuamu de kwa oba koto Osuklote lagoon.
Osuklote?
Yes, lagoon. And also no receive nsuo ni bi. So o ko castle na fa baby o mo frɛ ho garden mi ho no na wura mu a on the left ho no clote ni da ho but ya silty clote no ama ana clote na hye clote no. Okay, into the tuamu de ba na wa ba be hia odo ani onyanhia a o mo afidi into Kole any circle. Enti onyanhia ni source no onam agboba inside the hall atuamu ko ni namu ko agimanti area ho ni na de ko abri enti ni namu sa na eba odo no so ni namu every taifa ntokrom ho won say ene insuo to a insuo na ewo moose fo no ho no enti mi nkofro tantra popo no enti wo say san na chi ba pie ebe hia mu wo taifa ho no baby yam is it yamfuri or waste guy bi eje ne plant bi akosi ho a wo ye waste management bi ho sai ho no nsuo no ebe famu ho ekokopie mu wo pillar 2 eno ekopie wo odonum ana odo nan kasa so wo ne channel sa no so nemu a be pie mu wo abofu abelen apenkwa le no so ha na bi hyemu ala aju ntom nyina bi hyemu wo pehe on so ma yin si bi hyemu wo pehe ana me kasa president ko 4 year sa storms a drain storm no to receive that water ana ma ala aju for ayi free kakra na ko ni say ya na kwakoshia chemu lagoon nu bakuni ye lagoon ba we chemu basin sa basin no eno so ni nam akaka animu ho bako eda ashalaja ani man hia ho no eno no ye densu no a free eduru nsanwo mu a bako fa adeso side ho na bako awura akra mu na be pie mu wo sa ashalaja ho no ana nsuo bi nso da pokwase eno so koshia no ye friend in Saki River and also Kushiano. Na fe a build the tension. And it will depend on Babia in Sunu talk. And two bones will be back. Now you're in charge of a certain area. In Sunu talk, na a man inside the house. Oh, Yadimana ye nintino in Suna Maho Obwa. I in Suna etono and talk where the Tianko ye. Nasa a tougher all the basins in Numua. Te said the CC nanui na che say basins ni nyina mu no ayema ni nyina so head towards baby seseko yen susu ye the human activities a block anayama channels no amo uhwe kpesia yen the boulders a CC kpesia no etifi hosa including the army themselves omu nyina pe land. I don't know where they want the land baby omu the land no ko. And patient na omo after kwan sino in a way. Esi ye na chi honi nyina la esi ye na chi honi na omo apɛ kwan bi a minim se ne omo de on pese omo ye wo. A besi anu ho no be labadi bridge road no so ho no. Mo se nkofo asisi dan wo patient assassin nu. Ja dia na mo ye. Because insurance to me be sinko. And be return na a creative problem. Emfo bi aho. Ani ye nyina nso ye hwe lafa de na ebe piemu wo Accra academy ho no enam Kaneshie market ho no ye wo drain bi me ha many a about half of a building e wo road kwan ase now I don't know the last time I will be car say wa komu akohwe what is happening in there. And one says you turn a car neko. The last time be that time nothing na Kwabena po ya appointing the fufro. And then suonu etoye. Ya kohwe mu no. Eniama na achoku sa drain no. Ebe ye onwanwa. Enti suonu be fa hinsisi. And on the right side ho no doctor ye wo fa dan lati efie ho no. And also open one ewo ho and also equally kese ti say we are I say can show to me famu ba but human activities
I say no wo kana badi ho no mo de ani say no you say individuals and na asase no wo maje dodo no pa enti even though I was for area no wo hwehwe mu ye patum say ankrankra bebre na na jeje ho what she said doing this afro ya waka ho asem bibie se say nso tumi tatai man kan kra no one we didn't come on 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 em say we odone onyahia na say onimi no kabo na say 9 kra we didn't come on mo nkwane waka se mienu minim chemu na minim sakomo no de no so pa out mu say eye me hu sara men kan mfo local governance
men fa sem nkoshe wo misrawo em fa sem nkoshe wo
me fa bibia hye wo mu esase wo mu na tumi a e wo sa area ni nyina hye wo sa
omo wo structural defect omo structure na nkasa no e yare enti structure no yare no individuals no the problem e hye wo mu a enye yie
adintra
okay
and want to be a yare there no mu fi omomra hospital ni hye wo mu
that is okay and ubetimi akanisa because district assembly be no I betimi employ hydrological
service.
Engineer, how bet mechanical. How is that possible?
Nto mo ni bi.
Oh, papa, nyabutre. Enti, omo nyina no highways. And omo ye adwuma no road works and highways. Some top class hydrological engineers nyina ho na omo butu. Enti, me municipal na me planner, building planner na whatever you want to call yourself. Ehona me butu a me hwe and Danya and Kofosisi na hwade no na say it's a huge insuo yi na me ho a capacity ban na medical co manage science no. What level? MC committee ban na tenasia we have that I mean it is not possible.
That's assembly no ni sa na any be professionals ni be na say nim so mo highways identity na assembly we e bia
Lemfo bi nko attach wo mo
kutukuruku assembly ya de we aba attach wo mo sua kakra mo nchen and so say this I critical anti no highways from
the volume of work no enye omo ni sa capacity omo fin nuru ho and money and everything involved no omo be gina ho ahwensuo no sa na ejaya na omo so akpatara omo office and it's a fact yenhwe waste more than 250,000 people are creating municipal amount. Who should book no more? Municipal assembly, only waste management department. Omo health department and the health inspectors in charge of waste management. This is madness. I don't know who created that law. Because over 250,000 people are living in an area. Now say health inspectors they are in charge of waste. What are you talking about? Because industries be bet me up here or generate hazardous waste. And who is going to be in charge of that? Health inspector no. And why? But Sani and managing no. And it's a very huge insurance municipality. Now you have nothing to do about it. Offer. Rebecca Kusiwahi. And as I say, you are creating numerous municipalities within Accra. And to be ano, insurance so far, baby, I'm Abu Bachelewi, and in about 3 municipalities, and Sunday Baby Accra. A be or in 4, and Sunday Baby Accra. A be in 3, and Sunday Baby Accra. Some municipalities near war from South to Kwapim North, Num South side, Huninano. But they don't have the capacity to even go and think about it. Now, Oma Koko solution. And to the Assam Koko show more. And ye, baby, I'm Abu Bachelor, Chain Mountains in now, so you allow people to develop these areas. Mountains, Nasi, those are one and Kofoko Butu. And me, Udi, a Sofini, Picas, a temper with a assassinano. What is the assassin? Yes, I know, dear. Udi, who Picas now. And now creating more channel for insurance increasing baby messing call. Because only in an hour, Enuya, ni Emura, a block insurance kakra. Who the Picas, a cotum, a creti, the obi creti was so. Was seti, Anyano, Amansiono, to say a bar, a coffee. Sa I insurance who said in them a hana colinano. Sas a insure brown uno. A fine soil, and I am a massa. Fine soil. Sas fine soil, if he. Sas surhono. Yeah. A man for I said that I see down or mood dying hanging, so off a fair na uno. Problem or mukretino, and no. Until you drain no cassia, pafo to say Aladoni or Dodiana. And more certain. So how long can we spend our resources to go and desilt? So to every 3 months, biano, I will say a cock desilte, fine signs in a walk, sa gutters in no. And sign a receptacle now, a comb will call in so. Then every time biano you discuss, be near the accountant, and because baby a free bano, I allow a fini bibiana kogu calling. So periodically no near team. Every time bia say a coty calling ni nyina so yesika enti abante ono hwe ai sika bebe we nyina e dia coty calling na etete ho sa next time no the kobioma na hwe wanim ana insuo no so no e talk twice in a year enti May July na October sa area ho de no say eto a ejai enti obi anka ho asem biom na etiti ho so no fe sa kochi say ebesa yi ni tibio enti na meka say obi anye na adwen say ya ye program because ye water resources commission a o ma kire ye bebi a nsuo no ene nam nyina a ewo ho afi aka de aka physical development no eno ho na ehwe because the man assemblies now and they are want to me and highways for no so no works and highways for no so no ni nyina so ye
sekaya
ade na because then me the last time me ya me tell no minister say obe need 5 billion after na me hwe say 5 billion no dey na o be ka ho dollar na say cedi
enti na eno no mamimra sherry mu na mo ye akontra engineers okay nyina no okamia hodo bi a otum se nyakopon ni nyansan mu no oye se ne be ya afro no be wo ho na ma nso no ata ho se ne be nso no anyiri ma asase kese na nkasa so ene mo sisi dan ho mo sisi dan some na mo engineers yi mo na mo sisi dan ho say obe ko si dan a mo as expert mo na ma ben wadansi mu no what do you take into consideration say mo tuma ka say bibia so mesi be si dan except for si dan ho because mekoso aka emia hu do bi won kra uko dan so man liberty down oda sani fili ho nyina na dan o mu se so apartment ye ni se bia yi ya pa and ofilo also ya floor anka yejaya anka ban so na ta ho monte se emia hudu a emeyiri e wodan so ma se ho nyina start dey yiri enye ho nko a ukọ weja se dia manfo ahya se feel ho no enya tipa driver bi dey do the message ba se ja madam do fo mra ha o na me tipa driver ya na e dey anya ne ko na se dia yo mo feel ho no anhwe ya asembeba enti wo ye obi a betu aka se construction industry no wa bi wo mu pa Argentina yesisi adan bi just like that higher more than say that say you are sitting
okay that's it say me the pass e penny engineer Isaka wa ha oye expert local government management one thing say say ka adansi ya sesia no Ghana baby a edu ekono say ye hia proper policy frameworks or structures a edibetitu akwemu na yedi etu anamo say na okan no in this fourth republic no say penyi bia ba no omoye the omo names or the omotimi aye nanso anamo poti a ese yetu na fa tu sanyama na se no eno na aka na sanamo no so no ye betu a agina sika so and the technical support as well and as well as attitudinal change sanyama me saying but say na obisa question no ye contractor for and not developers or professionals ye wo ho ye wonim dia e betimi de aboa aban no ana oman no se e betimi akoyie now so se CI kese we have cadastral e ban country ni nyina enti ye situate no ba Accra for instance your mapper e wo ho se na panyi di kan no se ye nim problem no ye ni bebia tributaries ni we ni nyina wo nanso abroni be yensu kan number 2 say a city nankasa no aye chok enti aye chok no ye priorities ni nyina yes Accra city obia pese obra Accra enti based on that no space kakra wo ho a reserve no na out of grid na yato ama developer say onko develop it mewa no sa we no e buffer e betimi absorb the excess waste how they call it, excess overflows of water but because of sanyama ni honti no se see an inso no e so fani ni way of fani ni way and the about fie about babu wall akọ wo dan mu na ono nso abedane asem foforo sese ka say contractors are say na okay no omo dey be omo your business people they want to do business as usual but must you continue that way to the detriment of somebody's how do you call it security enunti ye koma ye need proper structures a regulatory contractor for our Ghana that's it. If you should go into the practice of engineers, you have Engineering Council Acts, regulating the practices and activities of engineers. If you go to the architect, same. Surveyors, they are also for how they call it promulgating years, which is will very soon be passed. Planners, we have LUSPA. But if you should come to the construction fraternity, that's the contractors, the practitioners, we don't have any law. So Ubetimia sorry, I'm from say a contractor. But meanwhile, no, say a man, a government contractor for Ghana ha, a betimia boise, and son I betimia ko yes Jumano, say, ye register project no.
Okay.
Every development I say cost for Ghana no, it must be registered so that it can be tracked. But today, anything happens, anything goes, and because of that, so we are losing revenue because. Messi Soria also a contractor. Capital Soria also a contractor. So anything happens without the requisite employment of or engagement of the professionals. Because every contractor no, must have the professionals employed. Must continually be on site. Your engineers, that's we call them, how they call the consultant. And so on site, advise you based upon the structure, how they call it, the design of your drawing, what you call your project. But today, do we even submit design to assemblies? Some of them, they go for the design, the draftmen do the design and what have you, not even the licensed architect. But the draftmen double out to be architects, taking over the works of the architect. They do the design, the drawing, then they take it to the assembly. The assembly, instead of them scrutinizing and making sure that the proper permit is being, how they call it, allotted to that particular design, whilst or logging in, developer no site, a developer. There's no permit, but developer no site, a developer. And sign assembly no be say or be ako stop no now do until lengthy level. So these are some of the challenges. So what do we see? Irregular practices within the system. And based on that, these are some of the challenges. No matter what, it will occur. So in the wisdom of Ghana Chamber of Construction Industry, we are promulgating a law, how do you call it, a bill to be passed. You quite remember, you covered it as well. When the presidency, all this was discussed, the president was totally in support of the bill. That's Construction Industry Development Authority Bill. If it's being passed into an act, every project in this country will be tracked. And the answer on the site, also show proof who is engineer on site. Who designed your building for you? What's the building permit? What are the requisite, how do you call it, revenue you have paid? All those things will be tracked. And with this, a better clarity by the system no more. So it's, how do you call it, it's better late than never, but we are getting there.
Getting there now, can one say me na maybe say. Say, we should acquire first we see there, baby, I may bo so you say no. Baby, for me. And say I'm come will be sit down. We say, baby, I'm making a full more. Anke so to bebre anke betu akokota ho eno nti no yemfa ne sesa anke bia so to na ano den pa na se bia pambros wo no ontumi absorb ni nyina e be betumi aba basasa liberty down ho no na anke no so tumi afa se si down ho enti the volume of nsu a anka se se etumi eba ho no no se nso no tumi ma ho bio se ni nyina e kwa kokoka be pambros side wo de no ho enti obviously be yiri e de akọ kaswa kwan so ama ho na tumi ayiri and would you say ye adwene say ye be dan ne mani adansie no ye the new technology bi kwa betumi aba ye betumi bi sa aba I am fine say we can even build on those areas but ye be see in such a way say still na no so betumi asa aba ho bi sa ho betumi aye
ne nyina agina planning so eno nti na in the wisdom of government LUSPA, that's Land Use and Special Planning Authority, has been put out there. Omujumani said, on the planning, the various district assemblies. But today, Oko assemblies is here. On the on the 2nd of March, we met the president. One of the issues that we presented before the president was that government must resource the Land Use and Special Planning Authority, LUSPA, and the Physical Planning Department of MMDAs to carry out its special planning function effectively. This will forestall the frequent occurrence of national and artificial disasters like flooding. We've seen this, and then we've, presented this before to the president. What do we need to do? Let's resource the various district assemblies, the planning divisions. So see how called the various assemblies is here. The planners there, most of them are under resource. Even common picker for them to use to go for monitoring is becoming a problem. And it is here. Say planning. And what was here? A developer no far on him say, this is the structure. SME fatuo. And to me the way to her, a drain, a fahu, and a fast here, and I say. But because we are not, it's not properly situated, no. Developer no kohwa. The onusu na name the ono, not the asiho. And sana luspa and planning officer beba bedu honu. Na the ese oye no ase. And these are some of the challenges. Until last president can say they should demolish the structures that are on the waterways, you know. I just laugh. It's laughable. The reason being that who gave them the authorization, the permit? Most of those buildings have a permit. So immediately it has them judgment debt. That must be in their mind. It's something that we must consider. So it's not just about demolition. The demolition, you can say it, but it goes with technicality. Okay? So as we speak today, all we need to do is, first of all, let's retool the special planning division of the various assemblies. Let them be well resourced with the manpower capacities and the financial muscles as well, so that they can be everywhere all the time. If not so, all that we are saying is going to be cosmetic.
Amani sadia de eka nyina na se agoro bi na yedi anasese bi na yeto na baby aduro no se etumi mo na mo kan borofo aka so say hold the moon by the horns, the moon by the horns, the moon by the horns. Sa na say no I know de eka kan se pempen esi ni pain esi nya kokoduro ne eka so ban wo fase 19 kuro umia wo su we mia nso a etu nti de na be ye be mia manasu na de ho atoro na fe nyina so tumi ato nti ebra so say you take a critical decision at this critical time near to me share na ye boa na ye kan assemblies we can say assemblies ni share dan ni manpower ne ne amanema ne mbetumi ye nkona ye misa MCB say omobi na o ma shara na mo fa nya adwuma na Clement Wilkinson marching Clement marching Hello Clement Wilkinson say yente Clement and ehwe kwan say yesabeka na homa no so na ye ne no edi nkomo na ye bisa ne say English assembly
yes ma ye na ye ja o mini ma
aha so say we say Ukraine ne Russia to kwari ntimi din kura we refi hello honorable Clement Wilkinson
yes about good morning
good morning na me can say one say Russia and Ukraine to kwani kurantino one kai me din
oh facha me jacob ya odi me kai odi fa
sanya because Ukraine and Russia nti assembly say no see e kan honorable na wo bo professionals bi din wo mu say hydrological service engineers no mo obi wo
me patrol you do ho because they can be chair you will do because you were EP under the municipal assembly. Say you have a map permit. Committee no. You need to call out.
These are the problems.
Any contract say maybe a bit than a year and not say yet. You will do.
Na what adwuma ben pa no mo yesan se mo obi a wo ho no no ekova henfa ebeduru ofanko side ho
David mimi die ne sha tepi uta poko ase ya sha tepi wana kutu ensawam
enso to say yirifa mo area ho
nso yiri die e wo ho e pa ho pa Yes, it
na so yiri fa osa na hefo na assembly no department men na o say dey hwe say baby enso fa na betumi afa na enkonko yiri fa nkrofo department men dey say adwuma no.
Oh, you were physical planning department. Ansana obebesi dano. Omukọ kọhwe. Say baby obesi dano ye. You were works engineer. Ono so e ma permit no. Ono so e kọhwe. But the document enye omu fault per se. E say you baby prepare you ansana assembly ne betu ho no. Na development wo dada. Na development no wo ha. The tiani say I'm not developing the makum woman. In sort of Friday number. Now, rather no, maybe I said, almost done the Momo Papa Sivia. And now me say, and call for and coachy waterways in Intino. It's so no call a of him. Nothing a poor baby, as a can sober. And the fiscal planning and the West Department in more assemblies. No, or more shut down cafe, or more the baby come up in a whole room to sit time. Say yabesha na wotwe twam yi asamis ne yusu yi adwuma na mitie se me boss o ka se asamis ni transe ya me yesi dan hwie ansa na yakwa bubu enye dokre de o ni se asamis no ekopoto sa dan no wo na isu to na se yi efa wo mu na so mu frɛ ye ni a ye hu isu kwan na ya tro mu se be bia wo dan ni si ni isu mu na nti ye ko round ni nyina no Obia assembly na man permit. Na o sit down who says it's true.
Hello. I'm sorry, work is a home article. Nanka. Hello. I'm sorry, work is a home article. We can say na homa na te kom se bi ogina ni se da o kasa no na o ya ba
because oye o staff ana o say oye code meeting EPA or EPA that is not it me say oni pa kron here or follow and assembly one any EPA ana highways ni ya kofa na ba oye assembly staff
no betu ya adwuma bere bia o bana mate answer na ye be ba sa no so no John ya womra wo man mo fa man chekere ho etia so obiatumi soro kekese be kokosi dan obiatumi soro keke nka se me ko hwe me kai kuma se ai ezi danyame hono ba bi a yesi akwa ka akwan bi a obi akotwa ka akwan mu se ka akwan afa na sase just asphalt road pa ena onipa na se enam na sase mu ntino wakoto wall e de afaso
no why
Wow. Me who ya misre ya ka kwan ya yem asphalt wo say asasura
o say ni dia
asasura say ya no ko to
interview bi wo CSIR ho o say uto no ha o to nipa ho
o so to say to nipa sa no ka ya hwe emra a ye de adwuma Ghana ha no we de ye ka no kore ye emra na ye de adwuma ye ba adansi a
you see minia medase enema bibio ha ekosu memu a ekosu because yemra na yemfa nya adwuma se the city and my answer question straight yemfa mra na nya adwuma se the city now se wo hwe se the minimum empanfo di kan aka edansi ho ehyehyeye wo hwe building regulation na first thing and sana obi ebesi dan no or say okwaje permit ewo local assembly no in fact is a regulation 2 of the building regulation enti the kind and sana obetimi dia so be bo no also itimi kwaje sa permit na free assembly no the second one and they say assembly no so omo ma license omo ma sa permit na and sana no be ma sa approval no also omo hu say ukwa land title document these two things minua and no and also ebusi ho say e den wo krum ha yesie nyina wie no sada no omu land title and also omu ni because also onya land title document no and sana assembly no at me amount building permits. And so I can bet you say in fact the most developed area in this in Accra these days, Uko East Legon. And then I can bet you maybe minimum they will bear me out. Say maybe about 70% of them they don't even have land title document.
Yeah.
True.
What?
That's what they are. Assassin contention at the court.
Contention in fact.
One ever more title.
They say assassin be a mayor who do massa. Assassin no ahemfo na atoma in the pakro no. And now your course here registration you realize they say assassin a government land is you now have to regularize. And no so asem that whole as ahemfo na to assassin na ma o magis Kennedy but assassin no mean who council motor because a buy and a afasa assassin no. And intino or say we call through the lands commission to go and regularize the land, the title. Now say any pa na assassin no. What can 2 months now on course as no so.
Oba no be for
That will be sit down also. Anything what they do is say also say sit down.
Why
Sana wako in fact wako land title cross say or come down. Now say any pa no sit down no. And then we need permit to sit down because you need a land title document to get
the permit. Into when you land title document, I want to be your permit.
Want to be your permit.
But we start to sit down.
Sit down no. Anything for them obi o kwa na me no ka say obi o ho ya man license or man permit ni ade na ban okwa judgment debt ni je kan no. We have to just sit back a little bit. Say banka so to no bo ase ahwehwem pa say tambe kra na de sa permit na ma wo. Ye di ma wo na o land title document e wo hefa. Eno kwa betimi am abo asem kra egu e wo. The way ye ne man me say wo tema en opani e ka Ramsar site ene Isakumo area saade no. Me here because as an environmentalist a baby you need say a boa it plays a very critical role to safeguard our environment. Now science has said ya ton no. Oko temati this year. Obi o si da wo ho no ono ne ma no permit. Nti yesi ni pakro no developers as na bi nti ne be regularize am no. Nti obi o pass as ho bia no odi kan akọ or the first ekosi da no we see we are see this will regularize for him.
Can you imagine?
So that is what is happening in our country. Nti ubusam say yemra na edi adwuma emra na ho we have a building regulation. Make me reading in United States the first thing our assembly no was say before you can grant approval you have to ensure say the land in question is properly titled. Tinipa no wa nya ho nkra kire say assassin ne dia. Now what they do okwa assemblies now wo mo je indenture no waje drawing na okra na me nua ka say bi okra enye proper architect na na wo mu ahwe. Now your problems a door so tell you how to ho na otiri ya. Now okwa assembly ho na enye say bi o mu mpese o mbe adwuma no one they overwhelmed, they don't have the resources.
Thank you.
Say what they say permit. They give it as a matter of course. You see, they don't sit down to interrogate. Say, okay, how person we see 2-story building, another 3-story building, assassin intimate support. And I say, I have crown a bensuum. Most of the time, that's the thing that now be a one suma, will be because or title or permit. No, assembly for no, I can and Pacon Esidan, Esiwo, and we no command permit. And then most of them, you see, we are signing the permit. No, you see, we, and see, assembly a strong, and it does still into demolition exercise. Air cost so, I will CSR for land is so near them. How is it possible? Say a ban sassy will be to me question down also. Say the making and son abeji permit no. Also we need land title documents and I said the land has to be titled. At a ban the and ban a dear amount. There's no way. So call lands commissioner ubenya title. And to need title, there's also no way say ubenya permit at the Sidan.
So when you send them in a permit in there last.
Exactly.
Once I take Sidan.
And it didn't yes there will be a Sidan or by assassin.
How only land title in a
only title. And the point is that sometimes you train my assembly a bayaka science. It didn't come from day one. No, senka the assassin and the what cost of people. And then I'm a lot of illegal structures. Abakuman. So be the queues could see her name. You say no. Young country. No be their business in chain. yen kanche no na fi yekese na yekese. So a lot of studies have shown say one of the causes of this flooding one urbanization and unplanned settlement.
Good.
Nipa obi afi ekurase bakrom yetiase. We say we topic na de na we say aban adwuma wo ho ni de hen and ankona msusu adwuma wo mu de hen. It's a urbanization now. Of course, aban e de say obehwe say kruim ba bia obi atibia no na obetimi anya na no adwuma de na wanya the basic amenities. And this is say what me fa ne say nsawama any kwan so tu betan kan because ade a open no kan bia no obenya bi e won nsawam eno eboa ena ade a manipa etu ba kurom pa no eye adwumasem eni nti ena nka megidi say abawe nyema bia no ye efa one district one factory no no eye ade a ebeboa ama ebe retain ye nuanum bi ewo ye nkura anase no matimi aye adwuma because obi ho okumefa nso ompese obekọ afuo na mmom say leather factory bi wo ho na say mpaboa no pese ne bi wo na kura ase a obetumi aye eni etimi boa ema urbanization no eba from. When it comes to these unplanned settlements, aban dey say you be enforce mrane pa edu baby a nipa ye boni a wo kan so onya hwe human face as e dey bubu ni e say obi ti baby e wom say areho say obi agency case dan na ye buogu but why anya say the nua na wo kan wa mia kuro ni na be ba bedan wa hwe a wo na no ye betwa. The rate at which we get flooding in this country is becoming worse by the day. Yan kai nuanum bi yaw June 3rd. And yema isi wo krom ha no. We don't have to wait for another disaster to happen. And all the unplanned settlement, any illegal structures on our waterways no. Or say aban etimi fa kwan bi so. No obu ni nyina gu. And look, government should not be afraid to do the right thing.
Judgment debt.
So, judgment debt there say a balance in nipa kro no wotimi kire say aso wo won krata no pass as ni free nipa kro no. Na because we na kan lipsa. So, see wo lipsa na say ye wo town planning no ma decide say hey yensuo na fa ho. It doesn't matter how much you purchase the land for. You say insuo na fa ho a wo dan besi ho a o say etimi bubu.
Exactly.
Government wouldn't pay anybody any money because first of all you cannot build something on nothing. It will not stand. So it's supposed to be waterway. And you're illegal in the first place. And you could see the issue. You want me and a bicycle.
William, your program here na ye message about Tampa Francis Siam or the message be about na me say between. I say good morning, Agya. Don't crack your head over this issue. It is an issue of corruption, stealing, and abuse of state property and the legal framework. Agya, it is the same officials at all government levels who aid, abet, and directly collaborate with some traditional authorities, land guards, some security agencies and personnel. Or say special courts and uncorruptible digitalization and mechanisms and strategies must be put in place and tracked with stiff sanctions. Encroachment is coined to deceive us as the same assemblies turn a blind eye due to greed and their complicity. Shame to state institutions and officials involved. Shame. Shame. Also, again, I don't agree with action of the regional minister in bulldozing the alleged illegal structures and buildings. Did the people take the land by force? Couldn't they have regularized all and securities and secure the remaining acres if they were not inimical to climatic condition, that is rainfall, etc. Animal research or land for sale research. I agree with lawyer and my sympathy to my Ghanaian brethren sleeping in classrooms, churches, hall, staying with others. About Tampana Sunday, but they say, oh no, or sister Dan, I didn't say Atanasia, man, I didn't say Yanshana, yan regularize no, Nanka, you say, Baba, no, sir, yan regularize, West Dana, Ukraine, and you can be crying about Bona, near Bokanaka, Kanaka, and yes, secure, and Tiano, and all your
But you see, the problem with regularizing those ones, they say, baby, Sinanya, how do you regularize it? Look, Ramsar site, Ubia could sit down, also regularize their man. Ramsar site is there for a purpose. So, it's media say at the end, enya.
Mammy, Mr. Wilkinson, Bio say, Wilkinson, Aqua Bio, assemblies and Obi Bessie, I muhu. Say, baby, I quasi day and yet, wasted day and yet, wasted day and yet, Moko runs watch a share, and son now, the Panesi Dino.
Jacob Ramidasi, still an American, your call rounds Quachepa, and son and the Panesi Dino. Papa no to one, I'm so a lawyer, not a more cano. Say, answer no be down. The last thing I'm planning here a line title. But I can tell you for the fact, say, get a car or more line title and Casawa or Massas near less than 25%. But when you panel in the document, assembly hall. Now, you besides our document, or one of the Tony jacket, now the document in him. Now you're trying to one family or in the next 3 years, all my back. Now, all my back and no Viano who knows sit down. A Friday, Saturday, Sunday, will be to me sit down to do lentils. Young funny say, assembly no year, Jumano. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, will be to me 2 foundation, sit down to do lentils. Because one permit in one G. And I know say, as I say, so much to qua, and who says some doesn't know. Almost to me register as an land document, for the assembly too. Based on that, say, you pay line title amount. And any papa 2,000 ever submit on the document. Now, so a more handed and on the documents. Any 1,900 nakano. This affair, as I know, almost Mato, or Moto Yanzono, Yamo type planning in Dencha, or the office and no one will be when the line title. And the or to Chrome, and also the TV, so and also radio, so also Coca West. Now the document come more 2 years. No more land title here. And you know, document no the land title. There is a law behind it. I want to mean money for the document just like that. Nemo or needing the line title certificate and send it to the document.
Now so Nipana
no Miss Dano. Now so many you will be better than the one or what it does.
And then I may say
almost sit down.
Yeah, maybe honorable. Young funny say be I was from Saturday almost in Anajo granted. Almost in Anajo. Almost Saturday, Sunday, Monday to Friday. Mu who said once then be more my kwanso munsi. I say so to me in 10 to Nipano. Mu jirigua anka man bone ka say full amode ba ye man power amode ba ye adwuma no what's am bone ka ma na tua na masa mu buda na agu. Esa say wani mu mara so. I didn't from Osida na mu my misasa. Osi weekend weekdays mu hu.
Ejako ba na Monday no bedu ho no. Obedu ho Monday na nipa neti da no. Na ade ba ko task force for no ya e kwan bi so eyam from so kakra so ni say the task force for no ko no mo ko so bi eti dan sa. No o mati sabi no ma no mo di aba assembly ho. Na o ma nipa na ba betua penalty. Na nipa no betua penalty na adwi mu no o fi say assembly na ma ne kwan so onye adwuma. Enu na eyam from so ba ko a 777 previous assembly no so no edu ba bi a task force no omoye. Eti I be the municipal chief executive no. Se me sim na me say me call site visit. Na me call rounds, na me bisa na oni permit. Na ba bi a wo dan ni enye. Na sisuom na omama kwan te tua penalty ni so a. Eya me omo so ni ni omo kasa. E kasa de mo ye na ta penalty na mo di ni pa no kra. E bi mo fa de sika ma no e dan me be pu atu egu. And ye wo adan bebre wo ha sanete ye. But only the people will report to the media say omo gugu ya dan. E da ko bon kwesi ya obi da ye. Obi esi dan Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday makota ito makohu. Mabuda na fi baby e chini because it is room you dream money permit. Na onipa na free radio station say na MC owo in crime. MC owo ha omo bebu assembly na bebu mi dan ye tuegu. But one say oni permit. And now one say o sini down illegally. I say sanko wo yesa. Nti je ko be duma ni ye. But enipa no do no when we talk about Gawet, ye be 650,000. As some the staff for your no, ye don't so. Ye do my ye no all right. But sing it here piano. Some from Sunday if you back. If you bounce so ye shut e be koso. And the Jacob I do money the assembly ni here. Ye ni say ye no pepe. Na nipa no do no o maso ye thing. Enipa no na woman face.
So den so nti na mra wo ho.
Yes, if you are the big court, I can provide you in the Padutu I do my court or Gaweta or my Tom Rana I do Mako. If you ye di omo court de bia obi wo di no court na court fanye no 200 Ghana na 400 Ghana wo see 400 Ghana ni de nye sika bia ana say we wo ka kire me anka me tua ma wo anka wa me kura court so inti laws ni bi so wo a ye timi eye wenduma na nipa no it should be a punishment.
One day me for abefia me yedi nko assembly for de mbaba ha mo task force for ne planning officers no asifo de mbaba na afia tumi yedi nko mo be da sia no pay so we agree my that's it yo ye obi nsani nko mo phone lines no so kakra ne hwe Dr. Bernard Abeku Arthur fellow of Ghana Institute of Planning onu kure anso no ye kan urban development consultant wa bi o mu papa doc machi
yeah, is that Kwabena?
You. What the other say? Yeah, yeah. Nkoma ye die. Menim say we obi a wabi omupa engineer ko take kansama do bebi enso ne tata bebi free bar ne nasifo nyina o ke kansama do bebi. Bebi ye duro no. Esese ye se kire yesi na ye kan no kure wo mu nyina. Nkoma ye di na no pay no. E de na wakafa ho.
Is that Kwabena? Meda was na madam penin for a studio on nyina se e wo mo input na mom meaning for akasa and construction industries peninsu so akasa and yeti assembly chief executive so kasa no kwa da ho trodo and say construction for jodo na bebre and kanokre ube kwa koye inquiry na ya chere say asase na wo ba be tono anasa wo ba development no ya prepare and ya two your friend is saying special plan no wo kona fi kasa de chewa wo follow nia ya shisha to ho no awu mbuso empempi no dodo na wo ni nyomo ye wo mo kwa either some of the land that be from some of your sheni atiki bia ka ho na isa some person mo ye nyomo ni tentenenti o mo follow due process na ya koka ya kasa assembly for no delay in providing permits. And I say, Kokaya Kasa Assembly for no crampo, Omunyo Mujumayi. And the quest assembly no air less resource. But yen so ye nimedi. Yeah, construction industry. No. Yeah, yen kind of cranny and follow due process. Yen na ye bit ya or money beconomy. A tosumino. Yen nimpefe say a him free, down on the bar, the catcher said. There is a problem between traditional authority, sale of land, and approval processes. I am from the bread, Yata Cinema. One more end to your book and check and manipulating you say. Said you to fight it. The dear Edema, we need to open it down. Your friend, our plan one has any plan. Yeah, sure said to make a cocosi. Then the Pariswaka cocosi. Or cocosia, one more follow due process. You part of the truth are him for the assassin and quadia, not just say our right to build. There is a difference between allocation of land and the permitting to develop. And you never knew. But being around so what tomra, no would yamra, Yamoma Yindim Rasokaka, your tomra and a sembanichian. As a man of a fun in due process. And yet, say, Obia Boka, a sea dying, now ye would from. And so our memu say, so when this so. Now one follow due process. You Google for moi. A car at the top petrol any machine they buy any meter buying now. You go circumstance to the goose. The what here. Mr. Casse. Young follow day down plans. Surveyor Juma or surveyor Sase. Architect Juma or designing. Engineer or yet a structure. Now I provide the advice. No moment the permits to develop an idea. A Sunday no at Juma. Young follow me and that's why.
Me da say papa. Me da say pa very brief, but yeah, me too say what yeah, engineer Kote. What maybe our time oh Ukraine Russian talk ya ha dream pa o. I'm refi yeah. What for no sin afi yeah because all can some no or can lay down procedures.
Yeah.
And now share about Papa Francis say am so dey buy no or can baby or samba ko kan ya. Begidi say SSFD adwene koso ye pa no governmental levels no say officials wo ho no enyina aka ho bi o use land guards work land guards traditional authorities also ka ho security agencies and afi ya hwe say SSM na ye adwuma
enu num kra no I say in Sunni Pan, or my idea back on high. We say, and I'm going to say, fly now the bed. No, we say, in Pan, so individuals, so do we have a responsibility?
Yes.
Do we have a responsibility?
Yes.
And then if you say a very critical, I would say,
what wakoto assassin?
What wakoto assassin? Also, so no, who whichever was same more. A buy, especially room with it in so by a good man or dra, in so no day. Say, yes, at time. Agya, with the other our bros house our do. Oh, if we say baby, the office we doing here, we dying 10. Baby, what question? Any question when I see that. In so be free baby, be good man, I draw and cow that. What the one I've been in so book
properties in Indian.
anything I'll see who you say, ye chichire wa mine, ye chichire wa mine no. And ye be bia na ye politicians. And they me depend on come and say many because and the young politicians are simply young crown so and they call assemblies now a new pair technocrats no. We have big roles to play in developing this nation. And yet a bank one was on the debia na bibia so. Ukwa kura a tumpon a cost one. A woman say a ban with Jumedi ni chefa woman as on dear. Now so one crown woman so no a war. We need to have sense of what is right and what is wrong. You come here, you drew baby. Obetini came to baller a good from. I want to see you dim there. But what happened to your sense of what is right and what is wrong? I didn't know who ni pa. Woman, me ati to amu nyina me edi birthday ama wa abetina na wo tike mu a wo didi wi a na wo tini emagu abantini obetimi so and it's so sad wo timi foul baller now they abegu gatem
e bi anya gatem kra no pa ba ko na sika akwan ho
sa
me highway kwa yi ofanko ayi afanko highway yi anya outer lanes no main road no obakona polythene black bricks wo obi ball di fi na be so no.
What's wrong with that? And it happens a lot. And nipa p and metis ask me womuti omufie no osoya no powerful baller or edan came obi catch them yes say ayi achimota ayi overhead here wa apem hanya apem kwa davia ma ayi hoyi ugina ho ese anopa na ehu posh cars a to baller egu omomo ba no omutugu forest
yeah
now what it came. What means car kotoka? Well, who answer say baller. There's a proper way to dispose of it. It is run about ni mo no. Wo mo bedru ha
no wato.
Wo bedru ha no mato. And you know. Enkwesi da ben. It media they make can say mran no ho or say mran ye adwuma. Na so mesre. Asem we e bia o man ni beye ya. E gina ye nyina ye so. Enti enyem ni bo me ye nkotwan aban. Os kota asase na wonsuma ade achi na nsuo to na ebeguma na oma e wom say through your stupidity people will be affected but no man so no you be affected
anjina kote na me because ya insase ya kan wasem nyina ya ton na nanama hin foton obaka say shukpon wono ni ono ana asase no so na nim bebi asase no woni mra ayedan ho bi aha ne nsuo ha wono ni wo so beka asase ye dia wo ka sanye gba mi atoi wo beka say asase mo anele just say obi abeka ya dia asase fine granted but yen nyina nim say asase ahai sei ena wa ha ahai to bolegu ha ahai bobo wa ha ahai afro ahai ehia so bebia na nanu mokura gu nsa anti ho no nse so bia akora ko ekosi dan ho me mmokuro bi din emia mi kuro bebia ye si dan ehia so ye gu nsa no ohen o man hen ni o hen ni mo gu nsa no ye to gala nsa fa wo nyina ama sese no se bebia ayi akonya tuntum o se bebia se ye de bre na age ho wani tua so first na ke ye hu ne sa I did this say again say yan kan say dey say kan no what do you have to do now esa say make kan say dan so ma dey make kan do si dan ko anya Ghana ni o ye ho wo and wakojo na ofili no si a friend say apartment what do you have to do
on say you can flood you shift at the core land usage na aye trouble kakra
say flood and land usage you use land in here be say nsuo nam ha Say onkusi wa hama
no say nsuo no nim ne kwan.
Ne kwan ha.
Assemblies need capacity to stop people from doing it. And I was say CEO of a year and say you resource warm, you that capacity no to fight sa adiwe.
Yeah.
Be digressive kakra de call CSIR aban say waji assassin. Now me hono me feel comfortable cry.
Ade.
Esan say tama na Accra Accra ye J sansase no na Accra mbie say enti CSIR edimo omudi wo ho no wo pese o kire me say ye move ko Eastern region wa omunti minister aduma no wo.
Okay. But until that is done, you cannot take
nyabutre. I'd go to America and say, government official, onu de otimi acquire government land through land commission. But as I see right there, ontimi nton because government acquire so the baby, ontimi amfa anya de no asa aton ama ne ho. Does it make sense?
I think that's also a new debate in itself.
After acquisition, the rules
are different.
Yes.
When we've been paid,
no. There's nothing like being paid. Assassin, Abanji Assasia.
Yes.
Compensation for the usage. Otiaka. Two different things.
Yes, of course, there is a compensation.
Because Saudi compensation says, "Hey, make a use a year, preku." No, my compensation for it. It doesn't mean say I have paid for the land. Yes. Two things.
Yes.
So compensation is useless to me. So because what the compensation my assassin? No. And it's also so use assassin for another business. Come and let me pay and negotiate with you. You pay me. But now tontoma wow officials are what you are telling the chiefs and say almost bet me akoton assassin bi. Okay. And what's from cantonment up to a Greek government officials have purchased the land through land commission, which is criminal.
I think that's like I said, that's
no. I don't feel comfortable. Say Yebeki can answer me because say CSR for say assassin your omodia.
Yes.
Omodia animal husbandry, whatever it is. Omo research and yama. Are you telling me say and then Accra developer and you see a move moko and you say I honor developer here. What is wrong about that?
But what I'm saying is that government yes, I didn't individual because
I didn't government so allocate assassin government officials.
Oh, point in say government officials acquire
government officials ABG 20 acres, ABG 10 acres. I
don't have any facts.
Well, so I need their only fact.
What does it mean?
I need their only fact.
But what it is?
I need their only fact.
But
what I'm driving at to say
it's been acquired by government.
No, it has been acquired in what sense? Oh, acquired me person me piggy and won't yamika. Me papa at that time, you know, when Tiamoka compensation say money na yen yusu, then nay more you soon as a more beton amount for be say be affordable house in that affordable house, you know. What baby Sammy say, me am assassin and say, and you be a me person me the affordable house, ubet me siana, mean to me, okay, a yen day. But I wanna know government officials. Young call lands CCR or more GG no more teteso. Achimota government officials are GG no more teteso or more president very lazy no more cost to say a beer when you a honey beer or cocoa. How? What was I didn't sit here? Now that's why I'm saying say me feel comfortable because share a diner yebubu or CSIR. Are you telling me say yen to me confiscate na yen find your school? Why do we have to go and destroy properties?
Nah, I mean it's good. They set up plan. This is good.
How come no be? Nabutre.
We go confiscate it.
No,
it has to be properly planned.
Then two people are not the idea.
Well, I mean, you use it for the purpose for which you are.
Some purpose no make us say ya out to live some purpose no. Who kokoye de be wo ho. Assassinate this cement canon. I want to kokoye research. Does it? What did the American say? Yeah. Because a road virgin land and now you're a researcher. I don't have a problem. But what now? I'm a nipa this cement any other chemicals say assassinum. Then I'll bet to me in terms of research. So Matthew, it's out of place. It's out of place. Oh, yeah, Juma, that's who need this soldier, son, why you are useless. You don't need soldier to go and do this. We are civilians. And in some mercy. So we have to sit down and discuss it and find a solution. Ensure a higher dream because of the weak nature of the assemblies now. And no equity problems. Thank you. Developer, landowner, and then the local authorities. Yeah, Kasenina will be the pressure to local authorities. So local authorities in the
And the resource.
Exactly. And the
You know the financial
common fund crash say deco a bit 2 years in almost kind. Now you are sitting here blaming local authorities. Omonya den are they magicians? They work from Monday to Friday. People are working weekends. How do you blame the assembly? Who can say assembly na kasa no kra no? Bulldozer called you ko bu e dan no kra no. Oni bi. I just okwa high and sang ko bu. And who else can go high?
the resources, the government must take pragmatic steps. You see, I would say, Ministry of Works and Housing, out with certain figure how they to way. But that figure, no, honestly speaking, can only take care of Accra. The entire country forget about it, you never solve the problem. So, Ceciano, hydraulical service, authorities, they are under Ministry of Works and Housing. They themselves, as we speak now, how many, how do you call it, professionals we have in there, the engineers we have in there, for the entire country, to man the entire country. Talk less of Accra. You see, so these are some of the technical challenge we are talking about here. So if you want to confront this issue, then it must from top to bottom. Top to bottom, which way? The Ministry of Works and Housing must be...
Sorry.
Yeah. Ministry of Works and Housing. As a buying a bomb dia say, or bed or my special budgeter. Me as solve the problem once and for all.
How do they solve the problem once and for all?
Ceciano, hydraulical service. Omo Ministry of Works and Housing as here. And the drain system no, omo jumani. How do you call it? How do you call it? Sea defense walls we ni nyana no. Ni nyana obojuma.
Okay.
Se flood intimate control. Na betimi control sea defense. And how do we do? Say aban ebomodia say obe resource hydraulical service. Obe say manpower no na eni ho a. Yen create more because our technical universities are there. They can train as many to man the entire system so that we can solve the problem once and for all. But a bus answer resources, how do you call it? Acadia on the Bay Juma, Nina Ejina Sikaso. That is why the Ministry of Works and Housing can say, or here this an amount of money, or per se indirectly, no, or point figure to the presidency. Say, or penye, one man Juma semi ye, now so. Metinga ejuma we a year and this I mean here secure $5 billion.
Charlie. Apart from
freezy.
Sorry, apart from problems now, the bigger problems, you know, you want to get one so we can manage it.
Okay.
When it comes to flats. Dr. Xavier Mante, Mines, Takwa School, a huge document on erosion. One say, Usi Daya, Utu can call Europe, be advanced country. Yen sit down, see what Emma, yen yasase, a red no ewo. Usi Daya anywhere, either you lawn your surroundings or you concrete it. Yes, you have your giants, then we keep sweeping. You sweep every day now, you take the topsoil. Who take his topsoil now? In so a freeze robano, a good chance dance. A good chance dance, we are not harvesting the water. And also so a gasico a gugu for more. A train Ariano, Nekogu, a gatanu. And two bet and a case a correct communal labor. You rag got a numa, Ubenya Ariabe, Bessay, and Sana, Bolanu, Eguso. So Samian free your system now, and there are some of the things now. So I made one. I didn't cry, you bet my ear and paying for you cry more who said, because no communing. I don't know. But Oko Europe, called this up. I wouldn't baby crowd, will be as an assassin or him. because baby are green any greener a pavement yes you dey say say uhu asase no oseden you ko kokumasi ayija ko aguna isodro obese den bi ho a hangi be say ya plus yes madana na hangi
nsanke
ya uye green grass no so sara no so no bi so ja ne mponche no no so ababewe I don't know what is happening
attitudinal change
no ena ka ho ani pani bi won so a baby a omote no on plan settlement no ye wonipa about 1.5 million e won kan ha omotiti baby basa wọ́n adwuma no sɛ ɔbɛ manage sanfo no ɛna meka sɛ CSR for asase ne go no nkɔfo titi baby basa no nyinaa aban agye mu nkɔdi dam hold on so ɔse na adenti na sɛ aban gye nkɔfo ka ɛtontɔn ma yɛayɛ ho yɛnye hello
six
cars na wɔkɔ yɛntɔn ma yɛ ho so adenti na aban to be confiscated and then I was in wrongly. I didn't that.
No, but you see, we're in wrongly because among other things,
is this something a purpose?
And yet the
engineer Kasembi, and I'm person me bisa say, or say, Adeno, you say a your minor assassin, a state land,
yeah,
and it's state land, no, and say Ubiad in a saka. Yes, state land, the say, you special ice wall.
Exactly.
And a special ice na yehwe kwanse ebe no enu nti special ice na ba be ye nti no nananom yi abusua monje sempoa monje kapre ye ba be special ice wo abusua na je o mane ho donti mo fanye ya tena se ya mfia duonu machi special ice na se yakwakoye wo no ye nyai afemi kote ya asase na se fa special ice no ye ton de ma ye ho am obi de ba garage obi de ba bo factory obi de ba be weti buta enti abusua ne pene so de asase ne ma o man no se fa special ice no sabotani ni hobio and obi nso say sasa so kro na your man dia no and me so banya obi aton ama me na nanom aton ama me so dia and me so be kosi dan ho ono ne dia ye bu agu and na dia ono so ye aban mu ni ono so je asase kro no a ye state land dia ono de obi ankasa na asisi mansions obobo
because we government official because we top ono de otimi kosi
how let's just try and understand just a little bit and okro me say aban eje asase a mremu no say eje asase na
for a purpose
for a particular purpose eje free aban ho a eje free asase ru for a particular purpose. In fact, our Supreme Court, our courts have always come to the conclusion that say aban eje asase no said okay so the special eyes Nechne otimi who say on find special ICB ma or say assassin
referred back to the owners.
That is what it is. Now, but I was say say assassin no ewo aban ho a until say that is what I want us to understand. Until say ebekọ abusuafo no ya family kwama sama abusuafo no nsa aka no eni kwan say abusuafo no ka say ye de yepe ekoton nsase. You see
question where is your raise your point or raising is say
me to the question I want to address it.
Yeah, one fast asino ama me back. The purpose I just asino so one
let me address it just by a little example.
Okay, so you didn't
of airport landing. Airport land, one of the issues. Say I did airport landing. You see at the airport. Obi beka say baby buildings ACC, Shell, and hotel is ACC. Obeka say enye airport. Because the airport the office say baby a plane.
Airport village, you know.
Air landing. But there are ancillary activities here. They support the airport. And you see, any be able to say Hong Kong planes air landing, and you many be why you should land enough for those purposes. You can't say a airport per se, but the ancillary to.
But now it has been diverted to residential.
No, so let me make a point. So depending on the purpose for which a land is acquired, you can shift it. So it be around the same activity. If you baby you sue assassin special eyes. Baby special eyes ETB. Say baby to media support to another factory. And see, those things happen. Say, as you know, it's CSR. If you are necessarily research, be power as but the big crowd now, almost staff. Buildings be is there no those
marketing
the purpose for which the land was acquired no they allow that but said the miniakin say a coba say ya je assassin say ya dey be research na fe nu you who say ya ton ama enkrofo that becomes a problem
that is what
that becomes a problem because and this idea and the master no young fanko ma wo mu na yo mu dia original no mu no
achimota no enye kudu wo mu hokra no enkrofo ekura nkata wo mu moto mu a wo de twen no you don't have the slightest
o ka sembi engineer quote ka sembi say bia ya jasase we say de ba be ya djuma we na fe aduru ba bia okroninya o man kroninya na enyini enti no kro no abebeto baby kono and ade na ye o that particular place no say adan ho bebre a yentumi nye nti ebe ye free ho e de ko baby foforo and imagine ba bibi so say mekai achimota for us say na ezu and ye mu awu mu nyina free ha e de ko kumase meaning say ye betumi ayi say CSIR nkra no afri ahanum say ada ko baby e kwara no say ndantwe ni enwan ayi
of course any nwura ni bibia
ko ye kwaye pa aya esere wo ho amon benya eni bia di purely na ka hane adane
dia fufura na tama na omodi ko butu sa emre ho no satam na kra nyini sa and they had the opportunity of acquiring those areas but you say in kra na nyini atra ayi mensa even connecting aburi kra and it's a ho no nyina no yemfa nko ba bi fufuro.
But you see, me point they say, and not to just cut to me point they say. Young China, you see, we have to go through the due process. Let me run in your
binimu binimu aquino.
And what you go say, I feel no. I'm not who development kukuma. So the buildings are so unplanned. Go or he be a quiet was my toha. No, I got to it. A conqueror needed them. Boys, baby, and then nice area. No, you sit down. Basa.
Of course, spring test. Obi a sinner down. Obi, o kwani fear, kwanda ho say ya kurefio. And obi a sit down. Ono nipa na ato war and ato war no. Why ye ni say ya na akwa bi senti.
Because on nipa beto.
Nipa no kwani fear. I just saw my cancer with no benefit. I just saw
so that's the point I'm making. Say anything, young train, let's go through the due process. Say assassin point about call ahemfo wa. Ansa ya share assassin kama.
Yeah, demarcating the kama.
Yeah, come abo man.
No any problem say omo demarcating way na aban e de atoma ne ono nkasa ne krofo. Encha ahemfo no so hu sa ne ma na ho
expect. So beton wo hu aba ho.
So wato and ono so wato. Enti obi eto. Meanwhile no oje assassin no. And one tuaka that is why I have a huge problem with assassin people how you tear outright. Ebi so how you tear ka compensation e de ma omo. Ukoma compensation I say untia dan assassin ka. Enti say oba be use no in another form now. Also go back to the original owners no. Ebi say omo say okay, say ye no den. Ye pese ye because metewana so be catch them say oje masase, o de ye pigri. Want me anye pigri ni biu. Enti say o pese o de affordable housing. Affordable housing na nye bia no oba mama ton ama wa na say still under that condition now o ma me compensation no what ma say me wa no metia ne say officials no e wo omo indenture hihye mu botomu a omo ekwakoji title because land commission na so in trust of the nation into ono no offer say o cha de wo gimpa o wasasi bi wa
o ni de usika kra se ba ko trasase
won de oka o fanko onu ni baby bebre ye tunton ma lectures legon ho baby lectures bebre tunton ye ton ma wo from land commission adentina say ba nsa
when him ye kan nyina na asem bi ba madwunu mu kakra say we ye deviate but ye ne nyina ka ho bi planning of or mine na e bibia eboa ukọ baby a ye old community settlements and Krauko commercial safwa were demarcated. Uko Ashtown, very well demarcated. Bantama, very well demarcated. Bajimbre, Habajimbre, Mpono, which is so much than a quantity, the Mufaka, we are, Mukupia, we fought to Pia, and say, Ejato, those areas are one more
easy to manage.
Easy to manage. Maybe I say, Maybe Margin was a CSA. Do we, you bet to me, I go back, I plan it on my knee.
Oh, so you are planning that. Schemes were whole.
That's a cadastral. We
have the time make us answer. What him say? Is this a prison? Tina kurun finfin. Nye do afie. Is this a prison? Tina kurun finfin. Is a prison? Tina ho kra. Say the be ya. Bibia beto. Nso ko Kumasi afie prison go.
Say kurun nyina beto
no. Enti yetumi nyi prison. Yetumi ko si prison fufuro bi. E wo akiri ba bi kakra. Enfo mo nko e ma kurun finfin ho na ho ye prison sasase no. Yen fa nye bibi fufuru bi a be boa kromani nyina ma yenya so faso but one never ma yunu mo
it can be done nyina ha sem na menuan makan resources say aban a lot of these facilities from time to time to build a new penitentiary very expensive
very
it be bia boko akwaji asas na asini no nyina
we sinsu a forever and ever be chepa as say baby kitu bi say the past 50 na say da ho a then pa be 700 na da ho
see o man no nim ye nyina ye ntia say your problem no and say isikasem
enkoyi
we sure isikasem nkoyi
but it's true
it's we sure isikasem nkoyi and our priority no setting wrongly
oh no me did say the aban bia bo peso e bibi no ho senka isikasem ekoyi pa ka aban enya sika o
your priorities ni setting ye and isikasem na nkoyi
see when it comes to development me I don't think say enema no priorities ni be better than the other obi obabe also on healthcare is important obi priority ebe school is important obi priority ebe
cathedral it is important
let's not
no
cathedral how much is cathedral taken out of
Sikana come $400 million what are you talking about
million
Sikakitwa
Pacho me I don't know about the budget say about $400 million
oh my god
government $400 million ekura cathedral Pacho let's stick to the issue
the amount is saying alcohol
I'm saying that is not the purpose for this discussion. I
mean, see government priority, and I'll say there be. Me don't call
no government priority. There is a priority. There is education. So don't say government priority is to build cathedral. That is not the government's priority.
Education here, then physical
education.
Don't let us politicize it. Don't let us politicize it. Education, physical infrastructure, assembly can education government there never.
Oh,
this present government today
I'm saying that it's not just fiscal infrastructure. That's education. It's not just fiscal infrastructure.
It is, of course, because it's not
just. Nipa oko school no. So when this car better work school no. When school fees
Professor de person or green
yes situating issue no
buildings to accommodate students. It can tell na old structure no ho no. Nke nyina e ko ho anke be yi.
So you see, I think that let's not divert.
No,
government's priorities. So kind of priorities there. You won't tell me say government priority and say government priority is always in education, and we know that is the greatest level.
Okay, maybe
education. You cannot question that.
But sorry, baby, I drew within 2 minutes. You know, what's the way forward?
The way forward, number one. Ese aban obomodi asese na kan say finance technical any attitude na no the finance aspect no ese here budget or allocate ema Ministry of Works and Housing say ebetimi akari certain component a hydrological service soon to be authority no betimi anya resources wo ho a obetimi amani sa issues no amaye because ye kan say a proper drain system, most of these issues will linger on. Number two, assemblies and also that's through the Ministry of Local Government. Also, that's the technical aspect. Omuna said then, here say, Kwabena so the betimi afa, ama structure engineers no, betimi ayejuma emaye or various district assemblies. Na planning officers no so no. Also betimi then ayo mujuma ebetimi akoyie amaye say when technical aspect you're taking aspect and what say you're taking over, then we come back to attitudinal change. Yanka sankasa ye
suban
ye sune ni ban ese hwe ho. That is where everybody is involved. Yen nyina ye ka ho. Oho na ese ukokwa asase a. Asase a mekotoi asase ben. Hifa na asase no wo. Ese NCC sorry. Ese omo bomodi ase, omo ye public education na kakra. Na omo kire mining nyina ase assembly bia wo hihia ewo ho omo wo mapa ewo ho enti ubeto asase a onse bomodi ase be consult sa we nu ansana ubeto asase atanso wakoto asase a ekwakoye how do you call it for a specific development site a wan hwe yie ubeto awie nanso usika beko asase no so usanka enti NCC no omo bomodi ase on be public education ama Ghana ni nyina so bia ansa na beto asase no ese anamo eso tunie number 1 number 2 ubet man say ansa na obetu asase ne ka no bomodia na search ehwe se asase no e hwan di mu aban di mu ana ewo opanyi we di mu ana wo opanyi we di mu so opanyi we di mu a hihye ben na wo asase no ni nyina ese then public education number 3 ese yanka sanka sanso Sena yesisi dan no one say yesi dan wi a na ya 70 efie ni nyina some time ago we hear a champion region operation feed yourself it's a strategy all the two man say the two ho mai
aduane by pa
because obi atimi dua and toss ni we won fie ni we ene cement agi ni nyina afa enti so no to a den so no enam cement so na ba bonti e ba kwan no mu a drain system eni ho say na panye kan di kan no harvest I heard what you call water harvesting. We don't have any.
So nyankunsu.
Yeah, but you have
you anchor ayi bi wo ho ebura ho na ya jijensu. Na dia hyem. Ntini ebeto ana ye yi na fia na horo kakra bi a na dia hye na fetugum say yo what ne kura seda.
You see, until we must adopt the culture of water harvesting, rainwater harvesting. Until so no to harvesting and they go under how they call under tanker. But kakra be ko road no so no current no enye bebresa but see no obia 17 fie and nothing is working so the how do you call the buffer say absorbing green grass say absorbing so no e form no any hobby you so what we expect the water will flow through the how do you call it the various streets no so ni drain system ni ho drain system o ho so no kitwe bi the one so no is open enti not anyway na ni nyina ni bola omo ye competition na makochoki how do you expect
nothing
cement na o ka no any efie no me call regional agric efo no ho ewo ipokwase mayira kwan so na omo kire say we can do farming ewo port mu my mikohwe bi afi na mwa tomatoes bibi ni nyina wo pot mu ni nyina fifi na ye so we must farm bontin obi ahu
asema wo kan me hwe yi bi ayi body dua kwadu dua ayi twa to twene keke obi de dua lettuce
otwam mfimfini
sa ana wodua lettuce pa na wo hwesan lettuce na ye fresh pa body dua o wotwa no watutokro wom se sa ne anka ne ye didi agoro no wotwa no tutokro wom se ya minim de ma de afrafra na wodua na wo hwesan lettuce na si aye fe no a ono ani fie ti me so wo de no so
it is like me the condemn assemblies now local authorities now they be na me yakọ baba
womuni ahoden no
womuni ahoden
womuni ahoden no monkan
we dey kokan we dey kokan
MC your friends is here then no kan
me be around it who be say say me a question na so be say owo hydrological engineer wo ni
permanent staff
we say omu committee a obi wo EPA ba mu na ade that is neither here nor there office one America enye dey free baby ba and they say monthly mushi anamo discuss am oba but the all enti say mun ni sa capacity na We have a problem. People also I was say make but me more free consultation is na ya na Fabra because me talk papa we in school no me tears kapa
forgot the country
because I did Jimmy Skapa almost $6,000
baby edro no ye hian
that mean fa che this almost be consult me
forgot the country
I don't watch am consult
because say o create ya o mo come hu line
John emra na ye bibi ya say yakopon po ebo ade nyina no o de mra na ye abode nyina fapim o ma bia emra e kwa brochire na America na Japan na we eye mra na ye adwumati emra ye adwuma bibi akoso seti ye beden na yetumi sanitize ye system no building system no na etumi aboa ama ye de mra be ye adwuma na sa ohawe ye wo mu ya because tie message bia mesaka sisi anie ma menkan ansa na ma 2 minutes no wo de ye adwuma tie ne ye pa obi an tie ne ye pa ya hwefo ye sra mo pa ye emergency message pa ese ensa tumi ka efi Matthew 4 ho omo say please be informed that there is a heavy storm approaching Ghana and it is expected to hit all areas of the country tonight. You are advised to stay indoors and be extra careful. It's going to be a bit rough and nasty. Take extra precaution. Go home as early as possible, just in case. Me de buy keke.
Yeah.
You better namra yejuma na nso yiri yako.
Minya, me that's it. A message about Ama was incredible. And yeah, can we if you said you said the yakwan is it here, you said your dreams is it here. Say and yet Papa is not up to standard. And you know, we are on if you say one amount here in Soto Krana.
Some about.
Into a yes, Emma Ubia at yes. Me did say Minya, Emra dear, a dear ma Emra. Enya hoden enforcement say ye nyina ye bedi eso say de emra no ese na de bia me ka say ye fa your constitution na ho obuni say is just but a parchment paper a ya trotro niam aguso na said de akoma de be hyem said de bedi so no
spirit and the
no ene matumi ebam and me find say constitution say president up say or appoint Supreme Court judge. I will say or they nipa ko no parliament for approval. A China president be appointed Supreme Court judge no na question Supreme Court without going through this vetting process. Na ya nka here. What it means is we are bastardizing the constitution. And it emra no me no do a de shemre ni me said ye say emra no say me yenye senti ma yenye no. Eno na ma to me eba emrem. And the best way to ensure say emra no ye diso and say yenye ya ho no me dey me say it goes and comes back to us as individuals. Me yemfa bebia so when you say a police for chairman for no mu punish wo mu dabi ye pese mra no ye adwuma en sha sim free yeso say ye say ebonu nsia ye na ye say u driving na udru bebia red light wo and trying say police need na one san no dis amra no so gina say yes I dey we ya ebeba be part of us say u free say ye say me enwiade sa na mra no tie obi a obewiade no a ya nchino no wafa no ho adi wabo ma ne ka base nipa kro no wo subi wonimu say kro no nye ne etia ye mra enti wonya eboyan you see all of them obi ka say America mo ne Europe no de timi ma mra ne adwuma say ye enforce so enso nye ni nyina na achi wo mu nye ni nyina na achi wo mu but obi wo so a onim say wo ye kra ye nchino nanso oma ne ho do ene adwempa wonti wo say ade enyi menye. So for me, Linia, there are so many ways of enforcing the law. But the first thing everybody must be taught. They say, "Wa fa who your example say, again I bet me I man. Let's not always ask what our country can do for us. But what we can also do for
our country. Sanso.
It's there now. Obey the
aboa oman. Sanso ena oman no so mi say den so na me so me ye e de aboa me manfo. Eno so hu hia. Bra ye pray say ye be de aboa oman. We are ready to boa oman no. But how does oman also have to boa us? E ya some hu hia ye pa. Engineer Isaka amoko taro pe bi da se pa. And afi
yes, the last word. Mr. Abao. I want say CCTV camera almost
CCTV no.
CCTV cameras almost set to a room no. Say na e kan no attitude na change no. Ni almost say penyufo bi omo work mo na mo tutu niam na we no. Omo use sa cameras no. E dey tracking sa microphone mu. Yenya nipa baku mienu miensa bia disi wo matwama so
mo ma pra ho be 4 years
openly omo fa court kura omo ma no mo prakrom awon the time o prakrom wi ana titi gotem wi a na on fa santo na djuma so
se ne o kan
na so
mpanyinfo bebre East Legon Belém pe all those rejo ulu omo fia kesi esisi hu ni nyina no omo liquid waste no is connected to the drains. Nsuo to a na omo pompe na kogu gota no. Neko. So
there was somebody
officials nyina ya aware everybody
obi anka.
It's simple so obeko back. Akohwese nwura we kura no. You can trace back ehun bebi nwura ni fe. Nobody is doing
the technology ni na eche be ba nti medas ye kase be di echi a.
Top and so dey ma o ma panyi say yesere no contractor for your bre. Obo mo dia son tia eka. Was bebre every site.
Architect von sumu charge dodo.
You da see bebre and me am say am charge no mo fa me hwe. Ese me so be charge mo ka.
Na aban tia eka yesere no.
Okay, so what we can do for the Omano, so what can you do for us? Na fie nyina ekọ. John Medasi na no pay. Na ene Romy Amiyeboa ye frawo Vero Sunyana whatever would happy birthday Vero. And na fe mia me bibia DCOP retired kwaku ayeso pareado. Ene wawoda. Enti bra wofa abusuapanyin anopai me mo happy birthday pa me ne nuanom ne na obi bia abusuani nyina ye nyina sei ye ma happy birthday DCOP retired kwaku ayesu opare ado na ye sori so no de me kan ye ansa na ye sori no be san susu bio na obi antie ne ye pa na de wiemu ensakraye mu ahwehwemu ye fo akanie wo mo sei ye ma no to Ghana fo nyina se asubrantan bi eba ebebedu Ghana ha ene anadwi omamu ni nyina mu na nsuo no ne mframa no ano be den pa nti se be ya hyefie no se ebe ye rough pa meka rough wa onim dada ebe gidigidi pa enti hwe ho so ye pa o se bon ho ban na so kokrom a ko fie ntem se be hwe be ye mpo na se wo nko ba bia mpo a ehu hia pa anka hyefie mempia nwumere se de be ya enko ka ho hye ba bi enti mpa ne yebo se urade ma na ho ode no nte so kakrama yen esense ko ye bibire a ebe ha adwene bidin e de Agya Kwabena bidaseda e ma production team no obi mpe e na fe Ruchi e na Davis onim cameraman or short boy pa e na Asare e na fe Randy and how you enshira ayo enshira e na Fati ena obibia ye ma ye chechia mu nyina da mu nyina ase papa adomdom ye ne a da sene ye be san hia na mmom de America ne se so mani be ya efirime ene wo ye ka bom se ya Ghana ye beko si ya hwe ye ne de amanyosam no ko ne twan a ebe wiase no na oman no eda sei na amanyosam egu sei na ha bedam pan ebedam pan ye ne beba enwo so no ye beba na ho afako na ye too late ya kram da mu nyina sema mu ne hwe